Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. What a show we have for you coming up. We get to the Raw Ring Report, and you won't believe what's going on Raw coming up here right now. Kick things off with Raw with the Queen of the Ring tournament. You see right here on the title, King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring tournament continues as four women will advance on. Which one of these four women will advance into the Queen of the Ring tournament? We'll find out coming up as well. As well as this, Liv Morgan taking on Kyrie Singh. Kyrie Singh versus Liv Morgan. That will happen on the Pro Wrestling Show. Also, too, you want to talk about this. Also, we're talking about this, the King of the Ring tournament. As you see right here, you'll see if we show the King of the Ring tournament right here. Shaman versus Rusev versus Bronson Reed and Jey Uso. They're going to compete tonight. And the rumors are true. As you see right here, Bill Goldberg makes his return back to WWE. But we kind of know what was going on. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kenny Geeker. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Let's get to right here, right now. We'll get to Bill Goldberg and Gunther a little bit later on the show. But we want to kick things off here. So let's not waste no time whatsoever right here, right now. We kick things off with this. We know that everybody, we'll get to it coming up later in the show with Goldberg and them. We kick things off with this women's match right here. Which one of these four women right here will get a shot at the which one of these four women will get a shot at being competing in the Queen of the Ring tournament? Asuka return, Ivory Nile, Raquel Rodriguez, and what's her name? I forgot her name. Stephanie Vicure. Well, I can't always big ring the ding bell and stuff, but Stephanie Vicure, Asuka looking back, coming in, coming hot, coming strong tonight. Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, making sure that she Asuka came in strong tonight. But Raquel Rodriguez was doing the same thing. Raquel Rodriguez was trying to get the upper hand until Rhea Ripley came out of nowhere and screwed Raquel Rodriguez out her spot. Rhea Ripley led the pathway to give to Asuka. Asuka took advantage of the situation right here. As you see right here, Asuka capitalizing and won the match. Asuka advances on. Asuka making her triumphant return. Asuka will meet a fellow foe. If she did before, she'll meet Alexa Bliss again. Asuka and Alexa Bliss will do it again, and they'll do it this Friday on SmackDown. Asuka making her return back on TV. She was in the women's Queen of Ring qualifying match. Now she's gonna do it again. She's gonna run it back with Alexa Bliss once again. We'll see that on SmackDown this Friday. So look forward to seeing that on the SmackDown Ring Report as well. So looking forward to seeing that as well. We get to this right here. Something that was unprecedented. We did not see this coming. And what a match, what a momentum changer it was. But let's see right here with Asuka one more time right here. Asuka getting the win right here. More follows, Asuka getting her victory as well. Well, the New Day made it clear that they are the heads of the tag team division. They hold the tag team championships. The New Day hold the world tag team titles and saying they're not going to put their belts against nobody. New Day saying that they're beyond that, and New Day don't want to put their belts on the line. So New Day decided not to go up the ante and do what they need to do. But this is going to be a valid mistake for New Day. One thing about New Day might need some new challenges. They said they're going to defend against the War Raiders. They're not going to defend against nobody. New Day feels like they're going to keep their belts to themselves and keep how everything is going. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Raw Ring Report right here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. You want to connect? Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. The New Day even had people salivating to want to get a shot. Even Grayson Waller in Austin Theory was trying to convince New Day to be in a tag team situation. Theory and Waller still having their problems, still arguing amongst themselves with New Day. So you can tell Xavier Woods looking like somebody that we know. Xavier Woods dressing like the Chappelle show and what he did. So Xavier Woods dressing like Chappelle with that look and stuff. And Bailey looking around, getting her want to know what's going on with her. Well, speaking of Bailey, Bailey want to get her hands so bad on women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch. Bailey getting her confronting Becky Lynch. That Becky Lynch was the one that attacked her and left her for dead. And Bailey wants to get her hands on Becky Lynch one bad. They Bailey and Becky Lynch had their words of what went down. Well, Becky Lynch made it clear that she's gonna defend her title against her, but it'll be on her terms. And when they're gonna be, we'll see. Well, we know Nick Aldis was filling in for Adam Pearce, the general manager. Nick Aldis decided that Bailey will get a shot at Becky Lynch. It'll be on next week's Raw. So Becky Lynch and Bayley will meet for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We'll see that match coming forward for fruition next week. But I think there'll be like a fill-in. You can tell right there. We will see about how that's going to go. Bayley versus Becky Lynch next week. It's been set. One-on-one match for the Intercontinental Championship. That'll probably be the main event coming up on Raw next week. Well, Nick Aldis has been a busy man, even to the point that he even told AJ Styles. AJ Styles was in action against JD Madonna. AJ won the match over JD tonight. AJ literally stole the championship belt from Dominic Mysterio, but the general manager made it clear tonight that, or the general manager for the night, the SmackDown GM, who was the Raw GM for the night, made it clear that AJ will get a time match against Dominic Mysterio, and that'll happen at Night of Champions. So we'll see that match coming up at Night of Champions. It's been a bad night for the Judgment Day. Ever since Raquel lost her being in a spot in the Queen of the Ring tournament, as well as Dominic and Finn Balor having tension amongst themselves in the Judgment Day. This tension is still growing in steeps and bounds. So you can tell the tension is growing. Dominic Mysterio does not want no mess, but you can tell Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor are going to battle for the Intercontinental Championship somewhere down the road. When they'll be, we'll see. Well, the ring general Gunther, the new World Heavyweight Champion, had a lot to gloat about his celebration. His celebration got interrupted by the man Goldberg. Goldberg returned, and Goldberg was set on a mission. And Goldberg was set on a ballistic mission to do what he needed to do. Goldberg came out there and told Gunther he didn't forget about what he did to him a couple months ago, almost a year ago at Bad Blood when they was in Atlanta for that pay-per-view spectacular. Well, Goldberg saying that since Gunther's going to be in Atlanta for Saturday Night Main Event, it only makes sense if Goldberg challenges Gunther one-on-one for the World Heavyweight Championship, and that will happen at Saturday night's main event. Gunther accepted the challenge, and it's official right here. Goldberg will set to challenge the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther for the World Championship at Saturday Night Main Event. Is going to happen between these two. Can Goldberg relive his glory days of winning the World Championship like he did before in Atlanta when he defeated Hulk Hogan for the WCW Championship way back nearly almost 25 years ago? Goldberg the man, and Goldberg wants to do it again, recreate that same magic he did nearly almost 30 years ago to defeat Hulk Hogan to win his first World Championship way back in WCW. Can Goldberg do it? Only time will tell. Goldberg have the aptitude to do what he needs to do. We'll see. Goldberg can do what he needs to do and defeat Gunther to become the new world's heavyweight champion. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll have the Saturday night main event review and predict the outcome special as well. Center around Saturday night main event. So look forward to seeing that coming up when that does happen. Well, Penta was doing the interview. Penta doing the interview about what he wanted to do. And one thing about Penta saying that he wants to go for the Intercontinental Championship. Penta putting his 2 cents in, telling Captain Kelly that that's what he wants to do. And Penta's prime and focus on that. So we'll see if Penta wants to get himself together. We'll see if Penta wants that motivation and wants that clearance. So we'll see about that. Speaking of in the backstage, Karrion Kross confronted Sami Zayn, and Karrion Kross saying that Sami Zayn has a dark side, but Sami Zayn does not want to bring that dark side out of him. But Karrion Kross believes he do have a dark side, and he wants to bring out him. But Sami Zayn saying once he's done with the King of the Ring stuff, he's going to want to fight Karrion Kross. So we're looking forward to seeing that. Karrion Kross getting the opportunity now. I've been talking about Karrion Kross almost 10 years ago when he was Kevin Kross. Now Karrion Kross has this momentum, and can he utilize against one of WWE's technical stars? We'll see if that's going to be the case coming forward. So hey, we'll see. Well, we get to the main event of the evening, and the main event was we saw the main event was well. Before we get to the main event, we'll get to this right here. Liv Morgan right here. Liv Morgan, former women's champion, was scheduled to meet Kairi Singh. Liv Morgan was scheduled to meet Kairi Singh, but unfortunately, Liv Morgan suffered an accident. Liv Morgan accidentally landed on her dislocated shoulder. You see right here, Liv Morgan. You see right here, security checking on Liv Morgan's safety. Liv Morgan walked it out with a dislocated shoulder. Hopefully, this is the angle right here that we want to show you right here. Liv Morgan showing what she went through and how she went through and stuff. Right here. You can tell right here she landed right here and had a dislocated shoulder. Liv Morgan, being pros and stuff. Hopefully, we don't know the timeline, the details of like 6 to 8 weeks of Liv Morgan. She'll come back with a dislocated shoulder, but I mean, it was a nasty landing. But she's okay, but she's gonna get checked on and probably get a quick diagnosis on it down the road. We know it's a dislocated shoulder. We just don't know for how long. But watch us tomorrow for the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll give you more updates and more what's going on with Liv Morgan, and we'll kind of hopefully Liv come back. But we'll tell you down the road. With Liv, hopefully she is doing okay. And, she's getting the tended care that she needed, but she really landed right there. Kairi Singh did what she did earlier that night. All right, we get to this right here. We get to this. The main event. The main event was for the King of the Ring tournament qualifying match between Rusev, Sheamus, Bronson Reed, and Jey Uso. Rusev looks in good, phenomenal shape. Rusev looks more like how Bronson Reed looks now. Where Rusev looked back then nearly 5 years ago. Rusev lost a lot of weight and he has shredded phenomenal weight. He's in physical peak condition. I was like, Rusev shed himself. He trying to get fit like Sheamus and stuff. But Rusev's in phenomenal shape and stuff. Rusev couldn't win that match tonight, but as we saw right here, main event Jey Uso pulling the finishing touches right here with that splash onto Big Bronson Reed to get the victory. And Russo did so by the main event. Jey Uso pinned Big Bronson Reed to get the victory. The main event Jey Uso advances on. The main event Jey Uso will meet this man right here who came out there to help save him tonight. Main event Jey Uso and Russo will have their match. We know Crowley and main event Jey Uso will have their match. Main event Jey Uso being bandaged up with those taped ribs and stuff, as we saw right here. Main event Jey Uso did what he did tonight, and we saw how that went down and stuff. So we see now main event Jey Uso took what went down and how that went over and stuff. Main event Jey Uso will get a shot if he wants to. If he wants to be going back for the world championship, he has to go through Cody. Same way for Cody. We'll see that next week. They had to put that aside. We'll see with these two men most next week. On right here. Oh, to be O'Neal will be a part of the collection. We should check. We're gonna show this before we go. Well, we'll show this right here. Former WWE star Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle making some shocking headline. Matt Riddle coming on here saying that he's gonna be doing an OnlyFans account right here. We can show Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle, the former United States champion of WWE, going to be OnlyFans, and he's going to start with $20 worth of content. So Matt Riddle saying he's going to show more, little, and more. So what that means for Matt Riddle, who knows what Matt Riddle's going to do? But Matt Riddle might do, cannabis or something. You never know. Or might show, his, what. But hey, that's Matt Riddle for you. Speaking of that, Shaquille O'Neal will be on a DLC WWE 2K pack. Shaq, Big Diesel. Shaq will be part of one of the ballers and stuff. I mean, Shaquille O'Neal fits right in. He's been in wrestling, so I'm not shocked nor surprised. But Shaquille O'Neal, with that going on, we'll see with Shaq and stuff going on with him. All right, that's gonna do it for the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm gonna talk and tell you this: Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso will meet next week for a match for the King of the Ring for the semifinals. We'll see that match coming up between these two men. We'll see that how's it gonna go. Thank you for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you.